How's it going, guys? It's K-Cars, and today we're going to be replacing the CCV valve on my 2001 Jeep Cherokee XJ. I've seen people call this thing the PCV valve and the CCV valve, so if you know for sure what it actually is called, make sure to let me know down in the comments. But anyways, as you can see right here, mine is actually cracked right there. So I'm going to go ahead and replace it with this brand new one that I got from Crown Automotive, and I just ordered this off of Amazon. And then the one in the rear actually is not cracked, it's pretty good, but I'm going to go ahead and replace it too, so I got one for the back as well. When you're doing this, you're also probably going to have to replace this little grommet that goes around the actual valve. So I got one of these. Hopefully this thing fits. They had a few different options on the website, so I just went ahead and got this one, but it looks like it'll fit, so let's go ahead and get started. All four of these parts were about, I'd say, like 20 bucks on Amazon. So really not that expensive. Like I said, I'm just replacing this one because it's cracked. As you can see, it is leaking a little bit out of there. I'm going to start with the front and then do the back in the second part of the video. So the first thing we're going to do is actually just go ahead and take this little hose off of the valve and see how that goes. So it seems like this hose will come out pretty easily. Just got to wiggle it around a little bit. Might have to take this side off first just to give it some more room maybe. We're going to take off the hose that attaches to the air box here, just to give us some more room to take it off from the other side. So that we have a little bit more room, we can see if this thing will slide off. Alright, so it's starting to slide off here. Just gotta keep twisting it around. There we go. And now we can go ahead and try to remove this grommet with the valve. Alright, so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. I'm basically going to be using 2 screwdrivers and maybe some pliers. It's going to be trying to just pry it out from both sides here. See how this goes. It might be interesting. Alright, so I ended up getting the actual valve off by itself, and as you can see, I did break off a few pieces in the process. So basically how I did that was I used this utility knife and just cut some pieces off of it, as you can see right here. That way I was able to fit a screwdriver underneath the actual valve and then just pry it off. So it wasn't easy. It did take me, I don't know, probably like 20 to 30 minutes just to get this part out. So now what I'm gonna have to do is get this grommet out somehow without like sending any pieces down in there. So I'll update you guys once I get it off and let you know how I did it. Alright guys, basically what I'm doing here is, as you can see, I did get the screwdriver underneath this actual grommet, so now I'm just going to go ahead and try to pry it off. And basically what I did is I kind of just like kept like trying to squeeze it in there. It didn't take too long this time, so there we go. It's that simple. I'm just going to go ahead and clean the area around it just because it was leaking a little bit. That should be good right there. So now we're gonna go ahead and actually replace these things. So as you can see, this is the old one. You can see it has a big opening on the bottom. This is the one for the rear. As you can see, it does have a much smaller opening. You definitely want to make sure to put these two in the right spots. So this one goes in the back, and the one with the big opening goes in the front here. So now we can go ahead and put this new valve grommet on here. See how difficult this will be. Actually wasn't too bad. It does have a little bit of play in it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is pretty easy to move around there. So hopefully that's the right size. I think once you put the actual valve in here, it'll cause the grommet to expand and then make it a lot tighter in there. So let's try to put this in here. I'm trying not to push it from the sides because I don't want to break it like I did with the old one. I went ahead and put some oil on the sides of this valve right here, and it seems to be slipping on here a lot easier. There we go. So that's definitely a lot tighter. There we go. You just want to make sure it's in there pretty well. So there we go. Now we just have to put this line back on. Go, that slipped on pretty easily, and now we just have to connect it back to the air box. Alright guys, so there's the finished product. As you can see, it looks a lot better with a brand new one in there. Now this is going to be the same exact process if you're also doing the back. You just have to remember, if you're doing the back, the opening on the bottom is going to be a lot smaller, and the opening on the front is going to be bigger. As you guys saw, I showed you both of them. The grommets are going to be the same for the front and rear. I hope you guys enjoyed that tutorial there on how to replace the CCV or PCV valve along with the valve grommet. Once again, let me know down below in the comments if you know for sure if it's called a CCV or PCV, because I've seen it called both things, so I'm not sure what it's called. So if you do know, let me know down in the comments. If you guys haven't checked out my previous videos, definitely go check those out. I have a bunch of Jeep XJ videos so far. I've been doing a bunch of maintenance things to this Jeep, including an oil change, oil filter, transfer case fluid, transmission filter, front and rear diff fluid. Also changed the air filter, and now I did this PCV CCV valve, whatever it's called. In the future, I'm going to be replacing the spark plugs in the coil pack. Since this is a 2001, it does have a coil pack and not a distributor, something that the 2000s and 2001s have. They have a coil pack. I also did replace all of the exterior lights with LEDs except for the fog lights. Literally all of them, even like the license plate light and the third brake light back here. So if you want to check that video out, definitely check out my channel. Got the kit from One Way Light. It included the turn signal relay. I also have a tutorial on how to replace the turn signal relay so your blinkers don't hyper flash with LEDs. I also replaced this hood latch. I didn't make a video on it because it's literally just 2 screws right here. So it's really simple, but just wanted to let you guys know. And the reason I replaced it was because it wasn't springing back all the way like that. So it wasn't actually like latching the hood down. So I just went ahead and replaced that thing. I got that from Crown Automotive. And I also got these tow hooks from Rugged Ridge. These were 120 bucks from Quadratech. This actually took me like 2 days to install. It's a lot more difficult than I expected. And these come with their own bracket that the bumper brackets go over. And they actually attach the frame with 4 bolts. And I don't know if you guys can see, but right there, that silver bolt, that is one of the bolts for the tow hook bracket. Some of my future plans for this Jeep is I actually do want to replace this rear wiper arm and blade. As you can see, it's not really, like, it's not even touching the window. If I spring it back, it won't spring back. So I'm gonna be replacing the whole arm and the blade as well. And here, sometime in the near future, I'm gonna be getting a 3-inch lift from Rusty's Off-Road, and it's gonna be their advanced 3-inch lift. And I'm also going to be getting 31-inch tires on Pro Comp steel wheels, and they're going to be black, so I'm really excited for that. It's going to look so much better than it does right now. And of course, we're going to be taking this thing off-road, having some fun with it, and making some off-roading videos for you guys to watch. And yeah, I'm really excited for it. Another thing I want to do is replace the water pump hose, thermostat housing, and belt, and flush the coolant. That's something that I've been thinking about, and I don't know if I want to do it yet or not, or just wait until I actually have a problem with it, because a lot of people say with Jeeps like this, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But that's also kind of why I decided to not replace this rear PCV valve, because it's not broken or anything, so why replace it? This one was broken, so I did replace it. So I don't know, I might be replacing the water pump and thermostat in the near future if it ever does overheat. But yeah, you guys definitely want to subscribe so you don't miss all this Jeep content that I'm going to be posting on here. If you guys have any questions, make sure to leave those down in the comments. If you have any suggestions for videos you would like to see in the future, also drop those down in the comments. And if you found this video informative or entertaining, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.